They say love is a language spoken through actions, not just words. In a world of quick promises and Instagram-perfect relationships, how do you know when someone truly loves you? Real love isn't about the butterflies in your stomach or the grand gestures that sweep you off your feet. Those feelings fade. True love reveals itself in the quiet moments, the consistent choices, and the small actions that often go unnoticed. Today we'll explore 10 signs that separate genuine, lasting love from temporary infatuation. These aren't just romantic gestures, they're the authentic behaviors of a man who has chosen you, completely and sincerely. Number 1. Remembers tiny details about you. Think about that moment when you casually mentioned your favorite flower was a sunflower, buried in a long conversation months ago. Then one day, he brings you sunflowers, not roses, on a random Tuesday. Not because of any special occasion, but because he remembered. It's in the way he knows exactly how you take your coffee without asking. How he remembers the name of your childhood best friend you mentioned just once. The way he notices when you change your hair, even slightly. Or how he recalls that small dream you shared about opening your own bakery someday. These aren't just memories, they're proof that he listens, truly listens, to every little thing about you. Because to him, there's no such thing as an insignificant detail when it comes to you. Number 2. Makes sacrifices without keeping score. Real love doesn't carry a calculator. When a man truly loves you, sacrifice comes naturally, without mental tallies or expectations of payback. You'll see it when he drives across town at midnight because you had a rough day and need someone to talk to. It shows when he adjusts his schedule to help with your family emergency, even if it means missing the game he's been waiting to watch. Maybe he takes the longer commute so you can live closer to your workplace. Or he quietly handles errands when you're overwhelmed with work, never mentioning it later for credit. These aren't bargaining chips for future favors. They're simple acts of love, given freely. Because in his mind, your happiness isn't a transaction, it's a priority. Number 3. Includes you in future plans naturally. Listen carefully to how he talks about the future. It's not I anymore, it's we. You're woven into his plans effortlessly, like a thread in a tapestry. When we get that house with the big kitchen you love, maybe we should adopt a dog next year, we should visit Japan, you've always wanted to see the cherry blossoms. These aren't empty promises or distant maybes. They're glimpses into how he genuinely sees his future, with you in it. He doesn't just plan for himself anymore, he plans for two. Even in small things, like booking tickets months ahead for that band you love, or talking about next Christmas with your family. It's not calculated or forced. It's as natural as breathing. Number 4. Shows vulnerability and shares fears. In a world where men are taught to be tough, vulnerability is the bravest form of love. When he truly loves you, he lets his guard down. He shares his deepest fears. Maybe it's about not being good enough at work, or worries about becoming like his father. He tells you about that childhood memory that still makes him sad, or his secret dreams he's afraid to pursue. These aren't signs of weakness. They're precious pieces of his true self, shared only with you. He trusts you with his tears, his doubts, his insecurities. No masks, no pretending to be the strong one all the time. This vulnerability isn't just about sharing fears. It's about showing you his whole self, knowing you'll love him not despite these moments, but including them. Number 5. Defends you in your absence. True love stands guard over your reputation, even when you're not around to see it. When someone speaks negatively about you, he doesn't join in or stay silent. He speaks up, not aggressively, but firmly. Whether it's a casual joke at your expense or subtle criticism, he won't let it slide. This isn't about being confrontational. It's about respect. He defends your character in conversations with his family, corrects misconceptions among his friends, and protects your dignity in professional circles. He does this not because you need protection, but because he knows your worth. And the beautiful part, you often never hear about these moments. He doesn't tell you to earn points. He does it simply because that's what love does. Number 6. Stays consistent in both good and hard times. Anyone can love during the highlight reel of life, but true love shines brightest in the blooper reel. When a man deeply loves you, his behavior doesn't change with circumstances. During your promotion, he's your cheerleader. During your layoff, he's your anchor. Through family conflicts, health scares, or financial struggles, his love remains steady. He's there with the same patience when you're stressed and snappy as when you're joyful and kind. The same attentiveness when you're in sweatpants as when you're dressed up. The same support when you're winning at life as when you're figuring things out. Because real love isn't a fair weather friend. It's a constant presence, unwavering through storms and sunshine alike. Number 7. Respects your boundaries and independence. True love sets you free. It doesn't cage you. When a man genuinely loves you, he understands that your independence isn't a threat to your relationship. He respects your need for alone time, your girls' nights out, and your personal space without making you feel guilty. He encourages your individual growth, whether it's pursuing higher education, focusing on your career, or exploring new hobbies. He doesn't try to control your choices or friendships. He trusts you without constant checking in or demanding updates. Your boundaries aren't obstacles to him. They're part of who you are. He understands that having separate lives makes your together time even more meaningful. Because real love isn't about possession, it's about supporting each other's freedom to grow. Number 8. Makes effort to know your loved ones. Love extends beyond just two people. It reaches into the circles that shaped who you are. When he truly loves you, he makes genuine efforts to connect with your world. He remembers your mom's birthday, asks about your sister's new job, and truly listens when you talk about your best friend's struggles. He doesn't just show up at family gatherings, he engages. He helps your dad with the grill, plays with your little cousins, and has real conversations with your siblings. These aren't obligations to him, they're opportunities to understand your roots. Because he knows that loving you means embracing the people who matter to you. Your family becomes his family, your friends become his friends. Not because he has to, but because he wants to. Number 9. Celebrates your achievements as his own. True love multiplies joy. It turns my success into our happiness. When a man genuinely loves you, your wins become his wins. Whether it's a promotion at work, finishing your degree, or finally mastering that recipe you've been practicing, his pride in you is real and radiant. He's not just there for the celebration, he's been there through the journey. Late nights of preparation, moments of self-doubt, small milestones along the way. He remembers the struggles that led to this triumph. And when you succeed, there's no jealousy, no competition, just pure, authentic joy. Because your growth doesn't diminish him, it fulfills him. Your happiness becomes his happiness, naturally and completely. Number 10. Chooses you daily through small actions. Love isn't just a one-time decision, it's a choice made fresh every morning. When a man truly loves you, it shows in the small, everyday moments. The morning text just to say you're on his mind. The way he holds your hand while walking. How he brings you water when you're working late. It's in how he listens to your daily stories, even the mundane ones. The way he remembers to pick up your favorite snack at the store. How he adjusts your blanket when you're sleeping, or saves the last bite of dessert for you. These aren't grand gestures, they're quiet choices. Each small action says, I choose you today and every day, because real love lives in these tiny moments of choosing each other, again and again. As we conclude, remember that true love isn't found in grand declarations or perfect Instagram posts. It lives in the quiet moments, the daily choices, the consistent actions that say I love you without words. These 10 signs aren't just romantic gestures, they're reflections of a heart that has chosen you completely. They show up in morning coffee runs, in patient listening, in gentle support through storms, and in celebrations of your brightest days. Because genuine love isn't just about feeling, it's about doing. It's written in the small details, proven through steady actions, and demonstrated in faithful choices, day after day. Remember, when someone truly loves you, these aren't things they have to do, they're things they want to do. That's the beautiful simplicity of real love.